Okay, I'm about to start. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if the camera works. Okay, does this work? Oh, thank God. Hi, how is everybody? I'm gonna go ahead and start subscriber readings. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my decks, all of my cute things, and we can go ahead and get started on everything. How's everybody doing today? Give me 1 second. Grab some of these. This one, this one, this one. I think we also need the Divine Femme, probably. Here we go. There we go. Okay, I'm ready to start then. Hope everybody is. Oh, hi. I'm doing really good. I'm vibing. I'm hanging out. Just mostly paperwork today and all the fun stuff. You might fall asleep. That's okay. I hope this is a soft, cozy stream for you to fall asleep to. Hope everybody's having a really soft day. I hope that the music sounds like it's at a good volume. Let me know. And yeah, this is just going to be our soft little subscriber stream. So welcome. It's good to have you guys. It's good to see you, Meta. It's good to see you, Laura. It's good to see you, Raven. I'm going to go ahead and pull like a little affirmation from the Whispers of the Ocean deck, just something that everybody needs on Twitch. Let's take a look. So we've got this little deck. Gonna do a couple little tippy tappies. I would love to see your makeup. I bet your makeup's absolutely gorgeous. You like the forest green vibes? Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Hi, it's good to see you. I'll get a list going for us in a minute. I'll pull up a Google Doc and get it all organized, and I can just start doing all your guys' readings. So we have Facing Your Fears. So today's affirmation for everyone is stay calm and peaceful in knowing who you are. Behind that, we have the starfish. The starfish says, create with a new perspective or outlook. Abundance is on the horizon for you, which is a good thing. We want abundance on the horizon for everybody. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little list of everyone. Let me know when you're ready for your subscriber reading, and if you have a particular question. If you don't, that's okay. Take your time. You can redeem your subscriber reading at any point during this stream. You can message me on Discord. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm about to put a notification in the Discord for you guys to let you all know that the subscriber reading stream has started. Give me one moment. One moment. There we are. There we go. Okay, so that is in there, and I'm pulling up a Google Doc to kind of keep track of everybody really quickly. Give me one moment. Okay, so let's see. I've got Plus Ultra for a reading. Plus Ultra gets a reading. Laura gets a subscriber reading. Oh, Plus Ultra, you already know what you want. You want Gossip with a Ghost. I love those. Gossip with a Ghost. Okay, and Laura, let me know what kind of reading. And then, oh, Little Envy Astronomer. And then Katie Bug. And then Harmony, Shadows, and then let me see who else is here. Ah, Goth Girl, Lorik. I'm just scrolling up through your guys' comments and things really quickly. Meta is a subscriber. I'm gonna write down Meta. Hi, Baby Bug. I'm doing Twitch subscribers right now. I have my camera on TikTok as well, just to kind of remind any baby bugs that are subscribed on Twitch who also follow me on TikTok that I'm live over here. Okay, 1 second. Raven is. And then do I have anyone else that I need to grab really quick? Okay. Y'all just leave me a little comment if you are a subscriber on Twitch, and I will grab that for you. And I'll be doing TikTok subscriber readings on Monday. It's coming up really soon. Oh, Kat, there you are. I knew I was forgetting a baby bug. I got you, honey. You guys take your time. You're on the list. I'll just like keep reading through the list and checking in with you guys, seeing like if you're ready, if you have a particular kind of reading that you want. But take your time. As I said, there's absolutely no rush. We're going to do like a really soft, cozy ASMR game time stream potentially today. So there is no rush. I'm going to add Celestial. I'm going to add Thursday. There we go. Okay. And your subscriber on. Oh, you're an ultra snuggle bug. Look at you. You're a little cuddle bug. You're an absolute angel. I'm about to change the art again on Patreon. One of my friends made me some new art for the Patreon to post. I'm so excited about it. I really think you guys will like it. Okay, there we go. I had to get comfy in my chair for a second. All right, so you got 2 free giant crystals. Selenite. And you got offered 2 jobs. I'm so proud of you. That is incredible. You are doing so good. Like, that is so incredible. Hold up. I want to do a little... Let me see. I want to do like a little pee bongo or something cute for you. There we go. Wait, the hype train emoji. Let's do the little clapping squirtle. There you go. Little clapping squirtle for you. That's perfect. All right, give me one moment. The stream froze for me. Am I doing readings this evening? Yes, of course. I'm doing readings for my subscribers on Twitch. Okay, 1 second. The chat's reloading for me. There it goes. Aha. Hi. Okay. So I am going to start with. Let me see. I am going to start with. You like selenite and labradorite? Me too. My favorites right now before I begin. I know I always end up chitter chattering with you guys for a long time, but I love getting to talk. So I have some labradorite on me. I wanted to show you. I have this pretty one. And then I have another leaf of it. Isn't that so cute? And then I have this little bloodstone that is a little spaceship. It's really cute. And then I also have this little angelite that I think you guys would really like. This really big flower agate. This is, I like to call it my anti-anxiety pill because flower agate is known to help with anti-anxiety, like relief of stress and panic. And so it's shaped like a really giant pill to me. So it's my little anti-anxiety pill. No, exactly. You guys get me. Okay. You've been feeling pulled toward Angelite. You should utilize some. It's so fun. It makes me feel like I place it by my workspace. I feel like it really helps me intuitively. It really helps me connect when I'm writing like our moon calendar stuff, when I'm writing like our anything witchy. I just feel like this really helps you make friends and connect with your community when you're talking about astrology and stars and like witchy stuff. And I think that Angelite also really helps us when we are kind of leaning into our intuition and trying to connect with it more. So I really recommend this one. It's really pretty too. Like it's just like the softest baby blue with like these little like streaks of like almost gold, brown gold. You know what it reminds me of? Like it reminds me of the ocean with like a coast going around it. I think that's why I like it so much. How am I doing? I'm doing so good. How are you, honey? It's so good to see you. Let me write you down. Do you want a moderator reading today, Casper? Hold that. And then I love it. I love getting to share crystal stuff with you guys. Like it makes my heart so happy. I love the ocean too. Okay. So let me start with plus ultra. I'm gonna grab Gossip with a Ghost. We'll do a little mini reading. And let's take a look and see with I think we'll use like maybe this deck. So some little taps for you. Let's take a look and see what do you need to hear about. Of course. So we have the Firefly. The Firefly represents fleeting inspiration, fluctuating energy levels. It indicates like almost a sense of childlike wonder. It's a beautiful card. So when we're thinking about the kinds of spirits that would be reaching out to give you a message, we would think one associated with the inner child. We would think a land spirit. We would think a nature spirit. So I think that you might have a land spirit on or around your house or one that's around you. For example, in Norse practices, we have land wights. These are Wights. So these are spirits that are connected to our land. They're connected to our homes as well. But you have one. And I want to take a look and see. Oh, okay. So have you made an offering to your nature spirits lately? Did you know that if you are struggling financially, one of the first things you should do and check in with is with your land spirits? So, oftentimes, when we don't give them offerings or when we don't give back to the land and to the earth, it kind of keeps us from that flow of abundance of money that we want to have. And so, that's the hot goss that they have for you is simply that they want an offering. I hope that that helps. How do you check in with them? So you can do that a couple different ways. You can notice the land around you. Practice like when I'm walking out into my yard, I would want to take a look at like my land spirits are very heavily connected to my flower beds and my bushes and my different things like that. So I would want to take a look at my plants, my different things like that. If they're not doing so well, then I kind of pause for a minute and I think, when was the last time I spent a lot of time caring for the land or the nature around me? And then, of course, I like to pull cards and connect with them that way too. What kind of offering? I give coffee. So I give coffee offerings. You want to give something that's really eco friendly, like time spent cleaning up the earth, time spent with your plants, your animals, time spent like giving things. Like I keep money bowls outside for my nature spirits. I think that that can really, really help with our flow of abundance. Yeah, picking up trash would be a perfect offering. Did my card come yet? I don't think yet, but I'm sure it'll come soon. I'm really excited to get it. You redeemed a trick or treat? You can have one, of course. Here's a little treat. So yours is, oh, Life is Better Together. I love this deck. So the Life is Better Together deck says seek assistance from your community, connect with your family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. Isn't that so soft? And that's your little treat for today. Okay. So next up, I have Laura, Little NB Astronomer, and Kitty Buck. You guys take your time. Let me know when you guys are ready if you've got a particular question. Oh, Orpheus, hello. It's so good to see you. Water's perfect. It's a wonderful offering. Let me write down Orpheus really quick. And again, when I am reading through the list, take your time. If you're not ready yet, you don't have to say anything. And I will just keep like going through the list, checking back in with you guys. And when you guys are ready, let me know what kind of reading you'd like. Kitchen Witchery Co says, I felt connected to the tree and never got to introduce myself and it broke my heart. I'm so sorry, honey. I've had that happen too. I'm always here if you want to talk about nature. So. Hi. We're doing a soft little ASMR stream. You're a cutie pie. Let me take a look and see what Laura needs to hear. I think you need a message from your ancestors. I'm going to go with this really pretty Divine Feminine deck. It's red. So let me take a look and see. Oh, Lolita. I see. When was the last time that you connected with your inner child? When was the last time that you played? When was the last time that you let yourself do something outside of things like work, school, cleaning around the home, taking care of all the things. You have to let yourself enjoy things sometimes. Give yourself some downtime. Otherwise, we're going to get continuously burnt out in life. What is something that you can do wholeheartedly out of joy? Is it watching a childhood cartoon? Is it playing with Legos? Like, what would bring you a lot of happiness at this time? I think your feminine ancestors really want you to lean into that. Also, hi, it's good to see you. You had the best tree in your backyard, and you've been meaning to connect with it. That sounds beautiful. And I'm proud of you. I think it's really beautiful to get back in touch with your inner child again. I think that's lovely. There was a really old tree in the town that was cut down a few months ago. It had been dead inside a long time. Oh, no, that had to be like really emotional for you to let go of it. That makes sense. And Goth Girl says there's not much in your area. And you got so excited. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Kat, your question, of course. So you want a Lucifer reading with notes? Oh, there you are. Okay. Let me write you down on the list. Lucifer reading with notes on Discord. I got you. I'm really excited to do that reading. And then Laura says, I got 2 new coloring books, but you're waiting for your FAFSA to come so you can get the markers. Oh, I love coloring. See, I think that that's so good for your inner child. I think it's really soothing. It's really healing. And Meta says, taking off your makeup now. Who wants to bet it'll stain again? Mine too. No, my lipstick always stains, but it works really well. See, I think that's the mark of a good makeup, though, is if it stains, that means that pigment's like really coming through. I think that it's good. Is it okay if you got your subscriber reading and you redeem for another reading as well? Yes, but I could only do the redeemed reading. I would want to wait until I got all the way across all my other baby bugs. So we could wait and then we could open a time for redeem readings. Let's try to get through as many baby bugs together right now as we can. And then we could kind of open up the rest of the stream for any redeems and stuff. I think that could help keep me a little bit more organized. And thank you for asking and checking in. I think that's really sweet. I don't know if you saw the message before, but can you get a message from your duties with notes? Of course you can. Hold up. Heather, baby bug, deity reading with notes. Okay, gotcha. I plant yourself in hope. I gotta refill my water. Okay, Spooked Baby says, oh, you're a subscriber too? Hi. Spooked Baby says, you want to request a subscriber reading as to what kind of transformation you're about to undergo. Oh, beautiful. What kind of transformation, hold up, are you about to go? Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that's going to be a really fun reading to do. Time for pants off. I feel that. And I'm going to get up in just a second and grab some water. That way I can do that reading. And then Laura. Ooh, message with notes from Artemis. I got you. And then you got no soap in your eye. Oh, honey. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Also, your domination and power oil you made with Lilith is only... It's on day 4 of steeping. Oh, that's beautiful. I bet it's going to turn out gorgeous. I feel like any working that someone does with Lilith just is beautiful. Kat says, I woke up in the middle of my sleep, but I'm here. Hi. Welcome. It's a subscriber reading on Twitch. Can you get a deity message? Of course you can. Hold up. Let me go down to Nerd Girl on the list and write down deity message. I'm just kind of taking orders right now. Rinse with cool water, get to the sink. Yes, definitely, definitely. Get to the sink. Like, I just kind of will hold my eye open as long as I can and just cup like the water and then lean down into it to kind of flush my eye. And let me make sure that Z's on the list. Of course, baby bug. And you just let me know what kind of reading. See, I think that's beautiful. I think that's gorgeous. Okay, so that was for Laura. Little NB Astronomer, you are up next today. Let me know what kind of reading you would like and I can get started on that. I want to make sure that I didn't miss Katie Bugs. Okay, so Katie Bug isn't here yet. I will put them at near the end of the list and then when they're able to pop in, I can grab that for them. But next up then would be Little NB Astronomer, Harmony Shadows, and Goth Girl. So this is kind of the order so far. I'm going to get up for just a second. I'm going to go refill my water. I'm not going to put up the BRB screen because I won't really be more than a moment, but give me 1 second. You have no idea what? Oh, that's okay. What about a. See, we do vibe checks a lot. Oh, you know what could be really fun? Have I done the tarot spellbook reading with you yet? It's the new tarot spellbook where I pull a tarot card and I see what kind of spell or what kind of working you might need. That could be really fun for you. The cat deck. Would that be fun? Oh, cat redeemed snack time and salt time. Ooh, I'll have to get up and get my snacks and my salt. Okay. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. So I will put on the BRB screen. I'll go grab snacks, salt, and then water, and I will be right back. 1 moment, angels. Okay, 1 minute. Hopefully this is. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I got all the stuff and I'm back. Hi. Okay. I am gonna throw back a thing of that. It's okay. I'm gonna throw back a thing of the chili lime. Mm, that's good. If you mix the chili lime with cherry juice, it's really good. It's chili lime salt. It tastes fancy. It tastes decadent. I threw back a ton of this and then I followed it with cherry. It's good. It is like a yes. I think that that's exactly. Yeah, it tastes like a spicy cherry limeade. A spicy cosmopolitan. Yeah, yeah. I think I would like that. Okay, so for little NB astronomer, I'm gonna be doing a tarot reading about what spell that you need. Give me 1 second. Let's take a look and see what spell does little NB astronomer need. Ooh, the Two of Cups. Okay. Little cats. So let's open the tarot spellbook and see what kind of hi. Let's see what kind of spell work that you need. Okay, this is the major arcana. Let's get to the cups suit. You're really relaxed. I'm so glad. I like doing the little ASMR streams, especially the ones where I have the camera on. I always find them really soothing. Let's see. One moment, my sweet loves. Two of Cups. The strengthening your relationship spell. You need a bond strengthening spell or a relationship blessing. So these are best performed on Fridays, Sundays, on the waxing moon, and on Fridays. Fridays are Freya's days. So this will involve a ring. It can be it can be costume jewelry. It can be a ring that you already own. You really just want to use something symbolically. If you don't have one, you could weave one together with, like, you could take a little flower. Like, I would take a dandelion and make a dandelion ring. And then you take a strand of your hair, a strand of your partner's hair, two pieces of red ribbon, a red envelope, and two of cups, the tarot card. Begin by holding the ring to your heart space. Visualize the bond that you and your partner have. The ring represents your relationship. Next, take the strand of your hair and one piece of the red ribbon. Tie them together to the ring. Do the same with your partner's hair and the second ribbon. The strands of hair act as a tag lock or an item that connects a specific person to your spell. You should now have two segments, one representing you and the other representing your partner. Take both segments and tie them into one knot, strengthening your bond. As you do this, you're going to say out loud, "In one knot is found two. May the strength of our bond be true. Love encircled in endless ring. May this spell strength in our relationship bring." Place the ring in the red envelope alongside the Two of Cups tarot card and seal it closed, sealing the strength in your relationship. Place the envelope in a place with sunlight to charge it in the sun's strength. Store this spell under your mattress to strengthen the relationship. And that is the spell that you need from the tarot spell book. I hope that that helps. Also, hi Lyric, it's really good to see you. How's your day going? I hope that you're doing well. So next is Harmony Shadows. Harmony, of course, take your time, Angel. You let me know what kind of reading you would like for today, and I'll work on that for you. And Lyric, I'm also going to write you down. You want some notes? Let me click on you on Twitch, and let me whisper you, and I'm going to put reading is that you need a relationship strengthening spell. You can perform this with candle magic, or with an envelope spell. There you are, Angel. I just sent you a little note on that. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I love getting to help with those. You are on the list, absolutely. Hi, Amanda. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and write Lyric down. Here we go. And you've been meaning to ask, what was the spell that I've mentioned before? Oh, which one? The one that I just read about? That's okay, baby back, no worries. Goth Girl wants a reading from Grandma Saloma. No. Okay, one. Goth Girl. Reading from Grandma Saloma. With no. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a deck for that. I think that I might want to do the Divine Femme. I think that that could be a really good deck to do. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, wait, someone new followed. You get a little affirmation. 1 second. So you want a little effort. There we go. Childlike devotion. Oh, this is one of my favorites. You're a multi-talented, complex human being. Embrace and love who you are. You're a multi-talented, complex human being. Embrace and love who you are. Oh, the bean spell for hex removals. Okay, give me 1 second and I'm going to walk you guys through the little hex removal spell with beans. So here is what you want to do. Mind you, this is from Ozark Folk Magic. I am not a well-versed practitioner. I am a student in folk magic right now, but I can share with you what I've learned so far. So you're going to take a glass of water, 10 beans, and you're going to go outside and face west. When you do this, you're going to place the glass in front of you. You're going to take the beans in your hand and you're going to say, Evil, I conjure you. You are not 10, you are 9. Take the bean, toss it into the glass of water. You're not 9, you're 8. Toss it in. You're not 8, you're 7. You're not 7, you're 6. You're not 6, you're 5. You're not 5, you're 4. You're not 4, you're 3. You're not 3, you're 2. You're not 2, you're 1. You're not 1, you're none. Toss the last bean in. So then what you want to do is you want to take the glass and you're going to go to the crossroads. Like, you know where the streets intersect? Go there, take it, toss it out. The energy is gone. The hex that was affecting you is gone. I really recommend doing this on perhaps a Tuesday. That would be a good day. And this can help you with removing illness, hexes, and the evil eye. That's what we would use it for in Ozark Folk Magic. Thank you. Oh, you gifted a subscriber. Thank you so much. So now that you are a subscriber, let me go ahead and walk you through all the cool stuff that you get really quick. So let me comment the emotes that I have so far. Give me one moment, my sweet love. Okay. So you have the bongo bee, all these cute little moths, and there will be more coming soon that I'm going to upload. And then, hi Brandon, you also get a free reading with me every week and access to the Discord. So if you need help with figuring out what you want, here is a cute little menu. And then you can also access the Discord right here. So please feel free to join. I hope that that helps. And thank you so much for being here. It's good to have you. So a soft reminder, the Discord is 18 and up. So let me also make sure that I have on my list. Give me one moment. Holly. Holly is also a subscriber. It's good to have you. Okay, there we are. And your subscriber reading will be available every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and onward. And I just kind of hang out probably until like 12 in the morning, and I do readings for you guys, and sometimes we play games, or you might choose an activity that you want to do with me. So, I love Bongo B. He's my favorite. He's so good. He's just a baby. So Lorik, oh pardon, Goth Girl, you're up next on Harmony Shadows. You are on my list, but I wasn't sure what kind of reading that you needed, so let me pause really quick. Let me know if you have one that you want. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move into Goth Girl's reading. Goth Girl wanted a message from Grandma's Alona with notes. Thank you so much for subscribing until April. That's so sweet. You're incredible. I'm so happy to have you and to get to do this. Let me go ahead and click. Hold up. I need Goth Girl. Goth Girl, did you want notes for your reading, or do you want me to just go ahead and dive into it? Either way is totally okay with me. I do know I need a little drink of water though, really quick. Give me 1 minute. Okay. That's a little bit better. Oh, you redeemed a hydrate. See? That's so sweet. Thank you. Seffi's gonna be streaming after me. So I think she's streaming Baldur's Gate, I think. I'll have to double check and ask her, but we're looking for another game to play together. I know you guys really liked A Little to the Left. We really liked playing a game like that too. So I think we might get like Cult of the Lamb or something cozy to play with you guys this week, so that when Seffi and I are doing streams together, we could like have fun with you guys. If you have something that you really want me to get this week for us to play on stream, just let me know. Baby Bug readings are every Monday on TikTok from 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and onward. Am I sick? Okay, so I'm chronically ill, so I'm always sick. Hey, but I have been a little bit in a flare-up lately. I do have POTS and hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and so what a flare-up looks like for me is especially someone who has POTS, is I will get really dehydrated, and you'll notice that I'll drink and drink and drink and drink and drink water, and I'll start to sound like this. No matter how much salt I have, no matter how much water I have, my body has this issue where it won't be hydrated, and it can be really painful sometimes. And my blood flow like is wrong a little bit, so my blood will pool in like my arms or my head or my legs, and it'll make me like faint, or it'll cause a presyncope, which is where I get really lightheaded and I see stars, but I don't pass out. And it can just overall cause like pain in my body, in my jaw, in my back, like other areas, bone pain. I think you guys have heard me on TikTok, like I'll go to crack my arms or like crack things and it'll crack really, really loud. I sound like a human Rice Krispie. That's the EDS flare up. And that happens a lot. But I am technically sick. I'm in a flare up, but I'm okay. And I might need to take more breaks than normal tonight. But that's just, it's also kind of my normal. So I'm like, eh. But thank you for checking in with me, and thank you for giving me the space to tell you guys where I'm at. I'm okay. I'm a little bit in a flare up, but I'm gonna try to drink lots of water and be gentle with myself tonight. Thank you. That's really cute. Wait, I have to tell her that it has magnesium, potassium, and electrolytes. I need to renew my magnesium. I think that's contributing to the flare up. Pat, you're such a sweetie pie. You guys are so sweet. I adore you so much. Thank you. I love you too. You guys are angels. Okay, give me 1 second. I want to go ahead and start on. I think mine was Goth Girl. Oh, Goth Girl, here you go. So I'm going to do a little message from your grandma, and I'm going to grab this deck right here. I'm so sorry you had an overwhelming day. Okay, give me 1 second, and I'm always here if you guys want to talk about that. So let me take a look and see. Oh, you guys are angels. It's okay. Thank you for giving me the space to check in with you and to be really open about it. Let me take a look and see what does Goth Girl need to hear from their grandma Saloma. Oh, oh, honey, you needed to hear exactly the conversation we just had. So the vulture card says sickness, and the firefly says fluctuating energy. You know how we talked about that a little bit before? I think the conversation we just had is you right now, actually. And I think what your grandmother is saying is, hey, you're gonna have fluctuating energy sometimes. Do you struggle with a chronic illness? Do you perhaps struggle with low energy? Are you a spoonie, or perhaps struggle with mental health or something like that? Because the message coming through from your ancestor is to be gentler with yourself. It is to be kinder to yourself. It's to embrace that, yes, you can keep going even when you're sick, but you have to accommodate yourself. You have to give yourself more breaks. You have to be kinder to your body. So sometimes we have to take a minute and drink more water, take pain meds, be gentler with ourselves. I think it's something that your grandma struggled with as well. So be as gentle as you can with yourself, okay? You're doing a really good job. But go slow and let me type some notes for you. I think that you wanted some, right? Give me 1 second. Okay. Your grandma says, be gentle with yourself. Take things slow. Take more breaks. And give yourself kindness and compassion when you're hurting. Here you are, Angel. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? Just be gentle with yourself. Okay. So next up is going to be Lorik, and Lorik has a message with Artemis, and then it's Meta and Raven. You guys let me know when you're ready, okay? I haven't done your reading. Did you tip for a reading on TikTok? Right now, I'm not really doing anything like that. There should be a sticker right here to let you guys know that I'm doing Twitch ASMR subscriber readings right now. So if you want to hear ASMR soft voice stuff, or if you want to, hang out and watch me over here, you're so welcome to switch platforms. You're ready. Perfect. Okay, let me grab Lorik really, really quick. 1 second. There's Lorik. Okay, let's grab a little message from Artemis with this deck really quick. So, what message does Artemis have? You have time to grab a snack, Angel. You are all the way down. There's about 9 people ahead of you, so you have time to go get a snack. No worries, no stress. Oh, beautiful. Okay. We have the sea serpent, the frog, and the raccoon. So 3 cards. So let's take a minute and talk about each card before I go ahead and type you up some notes, okay? So the raccoon represents creativity, thievery, and taking time for ourselves. So when I see this card as a message from Artemis, I think she's kind of asking you specifically, when was the last time that you asked for the accommodations that you need as someone who gets easily overstimulated by lights? So we have this paired with the frog, right? The frog is about self-care, it's about release, it's about letting go, letting ourselves cry. And then we have the sea serpent indicating that you're afraid to take up space, you're afraid to ask for what you want, you're afraid to take up space creatively or to, you know, be who you are. I think that you're afraid to ask for accommodations from other people that you need because you feel ashamed for needing them. You've been taught that it's wrong to ask people for help or to accommodate you, but you just inherently deserve being accommodated, my love. If you need an accommodation, if you are HOH, hard of hearing, or if you're autistic, or if you struggle with a disability, it's okay to ask people to accommodate you as you are. It's okay to ask for accessibility. It's okay to tell people that you're overwhelmed, you're overstimulated, and to get things for yourself that help you to not be overstimulated, like noise canceling headphones or sunglasses. I always wear a pair outside because I get easily overstimulated by lights at malls, by different lights that businesses have, and more. Let me make you a couple of notes. You're falling asleep to the ASMR vibes. That makes me really happy. Do you want a little affirmation card really quickly? I would love to get the help. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and make some notes for you. So, Artemis says, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and to ask for love and help. She wants you to advocate. She wants you to advocate for others as well in that capacity. Okay, there we go. You have to wear sunglasses indoors because your eyes water really bad and you've been nervous about it in school and you don't want to look weird. Oh, I was wondering if I picked up on something with the glasses because I was just feeling a thing and looking at my glasses because I have like right behind this on my little glasses wall, my sunglasses that I use as accommodation. I was nervous at first too, carrying glasses or wearing them all the time on streams, on different things, but it's really important for you to do what makes you feel comfortable. It matters more how you feel and less about how other people feel about it, I promise. And what kind of reading did you want? That's no worries. If you tipped for a reading, I'm happy to do it. And for other people in the live right now, I'm doing Twitch subscriber readings, so I'm not taking tipped readings. This will be the only one that I do, okay? And just because someone didn't know. Okay. So next after that, let me see who is on the list. It is Meta, Raven, and Cat. Let me know who is up next and I can grab that and let me grab a little affirmation for Holly Rose. I'm really glad that it can help you sleep. That's wonderful. How are you? It's good to have you. Okay, so I've got Rediscover Your Zeal for you. This is the Flame Angel Fish. I often associate this card with Lucifer, actually. So it says, pay attention to the passion that you're feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, your relationships. Passion and desire go hand in hand together, especially as inspiration. Okay. Let me take a look. Oh, wonderful. Meta, what kind of reading did you like? And then I can grab cats next. And Raven, whenever you're ready, let me know. No worries, no rush. Okay, let me grab my cherry juice. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm always here if you want to talk about it. Hi, Raylan. Of course, I'm happy I could help. Okay, there we go. Perfect. You're good, feeling calm after a rough couple weeks. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that things are doing better for you. That's so good. Thank you for the reading. Of course, I love getting to do readings. It makes me really happy. Perhaps a reading to see if anyone has been reaching out to you, whether that's a deity or an ancestor. Oh, I love doing those. Okay, give me 1 second. I think I'm feeling this one. What do you think? I like that we're seeing the spider card right there too. Okay, I'm gonna click on you on Twitch and let's hit whisper. Oh, I love your profile picture on Twitch is so cute. I like your makeup. Okay. Let me take a look and see. What do you need to hear about what deity or ancestor or energy might be reaching out to you? Okay, we have the horse. You already work with Loki, by the way? Wait, that's really funny. Okay. Are there any other energies reaching out to this person? Like other than Loki, other than... Okay. You've got two energies reaching out. Beautiful. If you don't already work with Loki, I would like to let you know that he is 110% here, so I'm going to write down Loki and Lucifer are reaching out. Lucifer is reaching out because there are things in your life that you're angry about, but you've been taught that it isn't okay for you to be angry or how to process it or set boundaries. Lucifer can help. It's okay to be angry at someone else's mistreatment. Lucifer is such a dad. He really is. I love working with him so much. He's helped me set so many boundaries. I like the stickers. Thank you. I'm doing really good, Chibi. How are you, honey? Oh, Lucifer's candle just went like it flared. Loki is reaching out to help you set boundaries for your inner child, to help you play and explore your identity and how you express yourself. That's really funny. That sounds like something that Loki would do. I love him so much. Loki is just a character. He really is. Like, they're so fun. I love working with Loki and Lucifer. In Sephi and I's little altar spaces, the altars that we have for Loki and for Lucifer are actually right next to each other. And we really like them. It just kind of brought the family together. See, because the fun thing is I think that the deities that you end up working with after you meet your partner change sometimes. And so sometimes you end up having like family deities. So Sephi and I are partners. And when I met her, I had just started working with Lucifer. And then I learned about Lucifer more so from her. And then we combined our altars. And now we have a family altar to Lucifer. And it's beautiful. And then we kind of like also have an altar to Loki and like all the other deities. And it's so lovely. Your friend keeps sending you all the videos of his cat and it makes you happy. Wait, I love cats. That's so cute. That's so cute. The missile is EP Thursday. Oh, does Thursday want me to move them up? I can absolutely help. I love the idea of working with deities, but you never know where to start, how to research. I can help. I love getting to help people with that. So if you are open to working with deities, let me know. I could potentially do a reading if you're a subscriber. Or I offer readings on my Etsy. I offer tipped readings on sometimes on tipped reading streams. We could identify some deities that are open to working with you, or I could get an idea of your area of interest. And then you could start with researching a little bit about that deity, perhaps about the culture, and I can give you some resources depending on what pantheon or practice you're working within to kind of help you get there as well. Of course. Oh, I would prefer it on Discord if that's possible. I've been sending notes on Twitch because it's all in the same thing, but I really prefer Discord because I always forget how to open my whispers on Twitch. I know that's awful. I'm not a techie man. Thank you for the heart. I'm not a techie man. Honestly, the techie one is Sephi, 110%. She does all the cool stuff. The only techie thing that I've tech broed The only techie thing I've tech broed is I've been uploading the Twitch streams to YouTube, and I'm proud that I figured out how to do that. That's it. That's all I got, kids. I'm so sorry. Like, I know how to connect my game system up to Twitch now, and I know how to connect my mic, but I don't know how to do other stuff. See, Sephi does all of my tech stuff. She's really good at stuff like that. Okay, so next is Cat. Cat, I am going to click on your name and let's get a message from Lucifer. I love this one. Grace, it's so good to see you. I'm vibing. I'm hanging out. It is a nice day. I'm probably going to be up for hours doing like paperwork and stuff. Don't be sorry. I'm proud of you. You did such a good job. Thank you. Okay, let me see. What message does Lucifer have for Cat? We have the octopus. We have the fire ant. We have the nightingale. I see. Okay. I get the feeling that maybe you've had to have conversations with friends or like, you know, the feeling when you're sitting there having a conversation with a friend and they're telling you a lot of stuff about their other interpersonal relationships and stuff that's going on, but it starts to make you feel uncomfortable. You start to kind of feel drained. That's where we might want to start setting boundaries with other people. Remember that you're not there to just simply have to sit through uncomfortable conversations with people. You're meant to get to set boundaries with them. And if they're talking about stuff, no, literally, this is the triggered card. And then we have enmeshment. So a lot of us are taught that sharing everything, like I think the person that did this for you, they were taught growing up that like telling your besties everything was what intimacy is, but to you it's not. You have boundaries and you want them to be respected. That's okay. And I think by setting boundaries with this friend you'll help them heal too and start to understand that expecting someone else to share everything and expecting like someone else to take everything that you're unloading on them isn't intimacy. It's a relationship without boundaries and it can be draining. So it's time for you to come out of your shell a little bit, say what you need to say, say it kindly, just be like, I don't, I want to hear about I value the conversations that we have. I value the time that we spend together. And it's important for me to set a boundary and let you know when I'm feeling drained and when I don't have the spoons for a conversation like that. Or when I don't want to talk about something because it makes me uncomfortable. It's okay to say that. That's so healthy. It's so healthy to say that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make that a little note for you. It's healthy to set boundaries with others so you don't feel drained by them. It's okay to tell them, I value. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm just typing. It's okay to tell them, I value the conversations that we have, and it's important to me that we create comfortable and safe in a space together to tell each other when we're uncomfortable with a topic or when we are feeling drained. There you go, Angel. I just wrote down a little thing for you and I sent it to you on Twitch Whispers. Let me know if that helps and if you have any questions. I'm proud of you. Okay, next is Raven, Celestial, and Thursday. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for waiting and for being so patient. I love getting to do your readings. So next is Raven, Celestial, and Thursday. Whenever you guys are ready, let me know. I can start your subscriber reading. Take your time. No rush. Holly, have a wonderful lurk. It's so good to have you. And then Jacqueline, I saw that you followed. Give me 1 second. If you are still in the stream, this is a little this is a little follower affirmation for you. Thank you for following. You an ancestor reading, of course. Okay, so for the new follower, your affirmation is gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And that is what you need to hear. I hope that helps. Okay. You ask where you're at on the list. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so the whole list is Raven, Celestial, Thursday, Nerd Girl, Casper, Orpheus. And then it's Heather, Spooked Baby, C, Lyric, Clark, and Holly. That's everybody so far. Let me know if you guys want me to go over it again. And I can. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Raven. Raven wants an ancestor reading. So let's start with a message from your ancestors. I'm going to be using the Divine Feminine deck for this. What message does Raven need to hear from their ancestors? Oh, beautiful. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have Queen Esther. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. And then the other one that I have for you is the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. So, your ancestors are saying it's time for change. You've felt it for a while. You needed make a move forward, let someone or something go. Trust that your soul says that it is time. Trust the intuitive feeling you have. Create something and let something go. Trust in your ancestors. There you are, my love. That is their message. It's time for you to trust something, okay? Is there something that you want to create? Is there something, do you feel pulled to go somewhere, to go on an adventure? Do you feel pulled to let go of someone or something? Do you feel pulled to, do you have an intuitive nudge to do something? Write a book? Whatever it is that you've been feeling, your ancestors are like, hey, trust yourself. Trust your divine timing. You've got that feeling. Oh, make sure to hydrate. Thank you. Okay, let me grab my water really quick. Is there anything else that you can call me? You can call me anything you feel comfy with. Some people call me that if they're comfy. Some people say Zaza. Some people call me Uncle Cass. Some people call me Cassafras. Some people call me, I don't know. You can come up with any nickname you like and I'll let you know if I feel comfy with it. I'm pretty comfy with nicknames. Any of those are okay. Of course. I think that's hysterical. Love it. Father Moth. Oh my god, wait, no. That is please. That's the only thing I want to go by now forever. That is hysterical. That's so cute. That's so cute. Father. I'm not like a cool dad. I'm a Muppet dad. I'm a non-binary Muppet dad. I'm your queer dad friend. That's my energy. I'm just the queer dad of the group. I carry snacks in my purse. I drive all of my friends to go to their places. I'm just a non-binary Muppet dad. That's who I am. I'm the little queer dad of my group. No, literally, that's what I was telling Seffi that I was today. Because you know the song "Am I a Muppet or Am I a Man?" I'm a Muppet. I'm not a man. I am a non-binary lesbian Muppet. That's what I am. It's giving Subaru Outback exactly. Do I have peppermints in my purse? I have peppermints. I have butterscotch candy. I have strawberry candies. I have licorice because Seffi really likes it. I have a Red Bull. I have a book to read you guys. I carry lots of snacks and like stuff in my purse. I have fidget toys. That's literally, I give you gonzo vibes. That's it. That's my gender. That's my gender. I'm just a little queer Muppet dad friend. There's the mom friend of the group. I'm the Muppet dad friend of the group. I'm the non-binary Muppet dad of the group. I know who I am. Next up is Celestial, Thursday, Nerd Girl, and Casper. Let me know if you guys are ready. Oh my gosh, I wish I hung out with you. I need a Muppet dad. There always has to be one non-binary lesbian in the group. You know what I mean? Like we're there. We're reliable. We're sweet. We'll affirm you. We'll drive you to where you need to go. We'll give you snacks. You're the non-binary lesbian. See, exactly. Y'all get it. Celestial, what kind of reading would you like? You can get anything off the menu. You can ask a particular question. You're the mom friend or the therapist friend. I feel that. I think it's because I have a Cancer moon. I think it's just, yeah, I used to be the mom friend before I came out. And then I was trying to figure out, like, where do I, like, what is my vibe now? What do I do? And I just found that I'm the Muppet dad. I'm like, still a parental friend vibe. I still like invite people into my cozy little home. I make them tea. I listen to their, whatever they've got going on. I pull their tarot cards. But I'm like a little witchy Muppet dad. I love that. You want a message from your ancestors. You're the baby of the group. Wait, I love that meta. I love that. That's literally Steffi and I have gone to pick up friends before to hang out with them, and they've been like, it's literally like going with my parents. They're just, one of our friends is so funny. We'll like pick them up to hang out, and they'll just be like kicking their feet in the back as we go get them McDonald's. Just like, hi. It's the cutest thing in the world. I love it so much. Lorik says I'm the mom friend, but I try to be the chaotic aunt. I would love to be able to embody. Maybe I'm a gay uncle. Maybe I'm not a Muppet dad. Am I the gay uncle? Am I a gay uncle? These are the questions I have. Maybe I'm just a really fun gay witchy uncle. Maybe I'm both. Maybe I'm a really fun gay witchy uncle and I'm a Muppet dad. I think that could be true. I think it could be true. You're the toddler of the group. You run around and you smash things. But you hug people when they're sad. Cute. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab Celestial first, and then I can jump into Casper's. We're gonna bring chaos, but you're gonna bring snacks. I love that. So Celestial, you're getting a message from your ancestors. Thank you for waiting. Okay, let me see what your ancestors want to tell you. We're gonna be using this Divine Femme deck again. What message do your ancestors have for you? Bridget, do you have a center of your home? What I mean by that is, do you have like a hearth space? 1 second. Your ancestors say that you need a hearth space in your home. You need a place where you leave offerings, bond with your house and your ancestors. share a sense of community. See, having a hearth space is really important in magic. It doesn't have to be a fireplace for me. My hearth space is a diffuser. I know it sounds wild, but it's one of those little diffusers that has flames that come up from it. I just created my own hearth space. So create one. You can use a little candle. You can use a diffuser. What is the center of your space? What is the place where you do home blessings and magic, where you invite people in? It's important to have one. Oh, my bones, they just all popped. That was beautiful. Love that for me. You have feral ankle biter energy. I love that. I think that's brilliant. I think it's stunning. I think that that is absolutely lovely. And I have Grace. I have you written down, by the way, as a subscriber. You want to be the witchy aunt that takes the kids to the forest and teaches them about plants and tells them to be nice to animals. That's really cute. I think that's so sweet. So that's for Celestial. Next is Thursday, Casper, and Nerd Girl. So I know that Casper's already messaged me for notes. Give me 1 second. This is a private question, so I'm going to keep it private. I'm just going to still do tippy taps into the mic, all the soft things. Second, let me ask. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Oh, so cute. Okay, so okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? Such stick, stick. Ah, there we are. There we are. There we are. That. Give me 1 second. There we go. I just sent you. Let me know how that helps. I just sent you a little thing. I was pulling some cards on it. Let me know how you're feeling. But I did get the blessing card, so I have a feeling that there's gonna be something good about that. So next up is Thursday, Nerd Girl, Orpheus, and Heather. Let me know who's ready, but mind you, take your time. If you don't say anything, I'll just kind of continue down the list. Keep calling names, saying who's ready for each thing. So we kind of near the bottom of the list, and then I'll kind of start over again. But again, you're welcome to redeem your reading at any point during the subscriber stream. You can redeem it now, or you can wait and redeem it later in the stream too. It's no worries, no stress. Take your time. No worries, no stress. Take your time. Just kind of like we talked about earlier. We did a crystal grid for us earlier, so a lot of the crystals that I'm utilizing in today's stream are ones that are supposed to help us just kind of relax, de-stress. So we've got like this little flower agate in the crystal grid. The other crystals that I have is surrounded by moonstone, peppermint oils, and different things going. And we have here is a pretty moonstone. There we go. And I have angel light and different things just kind of all in a little crystal grid to keep us all nice and soothed and like relaxed. No stress and dullness, okay? I hope that you have a good night and I hope that you're able to sleep really well. Of course, you can redeem yours now. What kind of question do you have, Orpheus? I would love to get to help. Just let me know what question you have and I can get started on that. Oh, those bones. You're killing me tonight, kiddos. Good night, Lorik. It was so good to have you. I hope that you have a really good day. I hope that you are sleeping well and that you do sleep well. Thank you for the salt time. Give me 1 second. Let me grab that. So good. Oh my god. Doing yourself. It's There you go, Angel. I just sent you a little message back. Let me know if you have any questions. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna scroll up and see what kind of reading that Orpheus wanted. You're interested in a girl. I'm so excited, pardon me. Grab the cards. I wanna see where this is going. I wanna it's going. Okay. Sha la 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 la, don't be shy. Da 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 da. Kiss. So I'm gonna use the mermaid deck because the song that came in my head was Kiss the Girl. I wanna see Little Mermaid. What do you need to hear about this girl that you are interested in? I wanna know. What do you need to hear about this girl that you're interested in? Oh, tell her how you feel. I suppose that's not quite kissing, is it? I think that there is a lot of vulnerability and sensuality and opportunity that we can. Oh, well, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I think that I didn't even touch anything on the laptop. It just decided to switch the screens. I'm so sorry. That's the screen for my talk that I do with you guys on Sundays. But anyway, I have a good feeling about that. I think that you should. Oh, me saying sorry when not needed. Damn, I have to drink water now. you guys so much. But I really think that you should tell them how you feel. There is again sensuality and vulnerability and trust and attraction that happens with honesty, and the worst she can say is no. But be open and honest and vulnerable with her. I think that it's gonna go. I'm proud of you. I think that's gorgeous. I love that. I hope that it goes well. So, next up is Nerd Girl. Nerd Girl, I think you wanted a deity reading, right? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna click yeah. Let's take a look and see who's reaching out. I want to see what deity is open to working with you. What deity is open to working with Nerd Girl? Ah, the eagle. That's interesting. Let's get a clarification on that. Give me 1 second. Clarification on who this eagle energy is. Oh, that's not who I thought it was at all. That's not who I thought it was at all. It's actually really curious. Can you clarify what element this deity is associated with? Oh shit. I'm wondering if that's either Perun or if that is. 1 second. That would be really interesting. That would be really interesting. That's gotta be either Taranis. Taranis is like a Celtic god of thunder and storms, or Perun. Perun is a Slavic god of light storms. So what? If this is this Perun, or is this? Is it Perun? I think it's Taranis. The deity Taranis is reaching out to you. But why is Taranis reaching out? Let's take a look. Oh. He wants you to work on being direct with others, reclaiming your power, and storm magic. There you go, Angel. I just sent you some notes. Let me know if you have any questions. I whispered it to you. It's Jason Bourne. Exactly the vibe. Did you miss your reading? Oh, that's okay. You didn't miss it at all. When you're ready, we can do your reading. Do you have any questions that you want? But that was for Nerd Girl. Next is Thursday. Heather, Spooked Baby, and C. So let me know who is up next, who is ready, and if you are ready, let me know if you have a question. But remember that there is never any rush when it comes to doing the readings. Take your time. You can redeem those readings at any point. Spooked Baby is ready. Oh, I saw a comment about learning about them. I do have a recommendation. So there is a Celtic book that I really, really enjoy called the Celtic Encyclopedia of Wisdom. It has information on different deities alongside various practices. It's by, I think, Caitlin Matthews. I don't quite remember the author's name, but I remember it being a really enlightening book. It really helped me to start to read about and understand important sections in Celtic mythology. I really recommend it. Okay, so let me go ahead and snack Heather first. 1 second. And Heather's question is a deity reading with notes. What deity is reaching out to Heather? Let's take a look. The humming. Oh, it's Iris. The little hummingbird, the messenger deity. Goddess. Iris is reaching out to you. Oh, that's beautiful. Associated with golden coins, rainbows, and rain. She is a goddess who is a messenger, particular to the goddess Hera. And what message does she have for you? Ah, her message is that you need alone time to move through the little storm you have overhead right now. It's okay. Take space when you're carrying a little rain cloud. Be gentle with yourself and let yourself cry, okay? You're doing amazing. I just typed up all those notes for you and sent them to you. Happy Freya's Day. That's wonderful. Where can you learn about Aphrodite? You're trying to work with her, but you don't know where to start for lore and stories. I would love to help. Okay, so there's a couple places I would start. Let's start with the most accessible. So you've heard of theoi.com, right? So theoi.com, you're gonna go to theoi.com, you're gonna find Aphrodite. Going to scroll all the way down to literature, encyclopedia, and quotes. So the blurb will tell you a bit about the goddess, but the point of focus is going to be right into like the encyclopedia and the literature. It's going to give you books that you can read about this goddess. It's going to give you books where she's mentioned. It's going to give you epithets of hers to study. It's going to give you like different phrases or important quotes about the goddess for you to look into and to write down. I started there originally, and then I want you to also look into epithets of Aphrodite so that you can kind of get a feel for how she's worked with in different ways, just across different groups of people, different geographical areas as well. That can really, really help. And that's where I would kind of like start your studies. I also have Hazel written down for a reading. Let me know what kind of reading you would like. That was for Heather. Now, spooked baby, let's take a look and see what kind of transformation are you getting ready to undergo? What kind of transformation are you getting ready to undergo? Let's take a look. And of course, I'm so happy to help. Oh, look at you, the little elk. You're starting to become a leader. So, when we become the elk energy, what happens is we start to, like, you've been in a community for a while and you've seen things that you wanted to change. You've seen things that you wanted to do, things you wanted to create. You're at a point where you want to create your own sense of community. You're at a point where you have built the skills that you need to in order to show up for your community in a really helpful and a really healing way. So the transformation that you are starting is the one into being the community leader that you want to see. Be what you want to see. That is what you are going to be moving through and embracing right now. That's beautiful. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. Let me grab some water. I know my voice is all scratchy. Of course, I'm really glad that I could help. You tried that the first year but didn't work out. Your husband's schedule is chaotic at best. Oh, I feel that. I feel that so much. Okay, next is C, Lyric, and Kark. Let me know when you guys are ready. C, Lyric, and Kark. Take your time. Take your time. No stress, no rush. You guys take as much time as you need. Oh, Kojo, thank you so much for subscribing. First of all, welcome. It is so lovely to have you. I want to go ahead and walk you through all the cute things that you get since you're now a subscriber. You, of course, get subscriber only like lives that I'll be beginning soon. That's a new perk that's going to be coming up. You get the emotes. You also get really cool, fun things like a weekly reading with me on Thursdays, and you get access to the Baby Bug Discord. So if you want to pick a reading for today, of course, it's totally up to you whether you want to redeem it. You can go ahead and go to this menu. And if you want to join the Discord, if you are 18 and up, all you have to do is click right there, and a moderator will let you in when they're able to. Thank you for being here. I'll write you down just in case. If you want to redeem your reading tonight, I would be so happy to do that. And thank you again for subscribing for 2 months. That's so generous of you. Thank you. I'm so excited to have you. Oh, hi, little envy astronomer. You're cold. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hope you get to get all snuggled up. I know it's been so cold lately. I've been freezing. I have to figure out how to get that heater back on. Have you guys ever had, like, I just moved into this place like maybe 6 months or longer ago. And it's got a weird heater that has a pilot light. I've never had one of those. I'm so scared to light it. Is the fire supposed to be big? So I've just been staying cold because I'm scared. I'm scared of it. I don't want to like do it wrong, you know what I mean? I don't, you want to redeem, choose an activity called take a 10-minute break where I have soup and tea. I would absolutely, you know what? If you want, I will go make myself some soup if you want. I have some. Oh, I have a really nice salty um miso broth that I could go make, and we could sit here together and take a little break. Of course, Willow. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me write down Willow. Willow wants to do a to go order. Oh, of course, no worries. Also, hi, it's so good to see you. How are you feeling today? Only if you want to talk about it. Need you to take a voice and a body break. That's so valid. I love you guys so much. I'll take a break, I promise. We can like sit here for a minute and have a soft little like soup time or something like that. I can. How about I work through the rest of the readings because I've only got about 7 of you guys left. I take a little soup break. I go make myself some miso soup really quick. And then we can reconvene and you guys can choose the next activity because once we're done with readings, you guys get to choose what activity you want to do for the rest of the stream. So you can pick something like a video game that you want to play. We could play, if you guys want, the organization game that you like again, a little to the left. We could play Spiritfarer. We could play Animal Crossing. We could, you know what? I've been in interior designer mode lately. What if we designed a little house, a little room together in Animal Crossing? Or we could read a book. We could do something really cute. Just let me know what you're vibing with. When will I be live on Twitch? I'm live on Twitch right now. That's actually like what I'm doing. I'm doing little subscriber readings on there. Eating, drinking. Which ones do you have the spoons for? I have the spoons for video games. I have the spoons for reading books. I have the spoons for. I think I have the spoons for either reading or maybe doing a little. Or doing a little game would be fun. I think I would be so down for that. We could do a poll for it. What kind of books do I like to read? Uh, I like to read witchy books. I want to get some more kids' books for you guys. So the ones that I have that I could read for you, I could read Norse myths and tales. I could read more from the witch's heart. We could read Astrology SOS, and I could read to you guys a little bit about astrology. I could read the tarot spell book and just kind of like whisper little spells to you. I could I could read, oh, you know what would be fun? I could read to you the floriography book that I love. And that's all the books that I have access to right now, but we'll have to get some kids' books for you guys. I want to get the Itsy Bitsy Spider and the Hungry Caterpillar because I think those would be really cute to get to read them on stream. And if you guys want me to get particular books for streams to read to you, let me know. I'm so happy to get books. I can put them on my Amazon and order them. So if you have anything that you want, let me know. Your questions on Discord, of course. Oh, no stress at all. Message whenever you feel comfy with. Let me grab C really quick. A vibe check with notes. Oh, let's take a look. Okay, what is C's current energy? We have, oh, beautiful, the black egg. Your current energy is that you are learning to speak up for yourself and to embrace your authenticity and interests in speaking, writing, creating, and more. How could you balance yourself? The earthworm, you find balance. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself and to toss your hat into many different rings. If you have an idea, say it. If you have a inspiring thought, speak on it. There you go, Angel. I just sent you your mini reading. Thank you so much. I really hope that that helps. Okay, see, next up is. One second. Let me see who's next. So I have C. Oh, a lyric, Clark Holly, Grace, Hazel, Kojo. Let me know who's ready. Again, you can redeem like you're reading at any point in the stream, no rush at all. You brought a warm homemade meal to a friend with CVD today, and she was really happy. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm so proud of you, Angel. That's so sweet. I had to pop out for a bit, but you're back. Welcome back. It's so good to have you. What kind of reading would you like? You can get anything off the menu. You can ask like most questions. If I'm not comfy with it, I'll just tell you. And then I can suggest something that I'm more comfy with doing. But yeah, take your time and let me know what you feel comfy with. It was spaghetti and loaded parmesan sticks. Oh my god. I have been craving pasta like no other. See, I would cry if I had a friend that made me pasta. I would kill for a friend that made me lasagna. I would weep endless tears for ravioli, and I would probably like do unspeakable things if someone got me breadsticks. I think I would. Oh my god, fancy spaghetti sauce. I would die for that. I would die for that. Genuinely. Sent you what's going on. Wasn't sure what to call that reading. That's okay. Did you send it on Discord or on Twitch? Give me one second. Let me see. Oh, I would definitely kill for that. Okay, let's do an ancestor reading for Kobe. One second. I don't have graveyard dirt, but I can do this. Clarify the vulture. Your ancestors want you to work on creating tapestry draft that expresses the generational cycles that you've worked through. Creativity is a gift passed down through your ancestry. I want you to use it to express and work through pain, and want you to know you'll gain abundance and notice. Here you go, Angel. I just sent you that. Let me know if you have any questions. You let Scout outside. She stuck her head in the watering can. Oh my god, I love Scout so much. She's so little. She's so little. You cut the breadsticks hot dog style and shoved melted butter mixed with garlic, salt, and Parmesan cheese, and then you scored the top long ways and shoved more in there and brushed it over the top and baked them with the oven. Oh my god. Spaghetti sauce is a can of tomato sauce, a can of tomato soup, paprika, garlic, and onion. Oh my god, that sounds incredible. Oh, I would absolutely eat that. Sounds so good. So if you're up for it, you would like to have a current deity. I don't have a wax on me today. Are you comfy with cartomancy? I could utilize like a different oracle deck. Only if you're comfy with that. If not, I can light a candle. You might have to wait a moment, but I could do that for you. Has a whole giant bowl of water inside, and no, the watering can is better. I love how dogs choose water. They're just like, nope. Or my cat, when I used to have my little cat, she would never drink water from her water bowl, but if I had a glass of water and I set it out on the counter, she would be like, no, this is the finest spring water. This is the most glorious bottled beverage I've ever had. And she would drink that. I don't know what it was. I love your posh accent. Thank you. You guys are so cute. You're a chef and a baker. I love that. See, that's incredible. Your dog chooses the toilet over his expensive dish. I feel it. Every pet I've ever had is like that. Every pet. Oracle cards are totally fine. Okay, I will whisper you on Twitch some notes. Let's take a look and see what deity's reaching out to you. We have the little fish. We have the cheetah. Oh, we have the moon. Oh, it's Artemis. Okay, so the moon card. The cheetah. The cheetah is a deity associated with athletics, with swiftness. The fish, it's another moon. It's the deity that associated with like travel. It's Artemis. The goddess Artemis is reaching out to you. I want to see what message she has. She wants you to know that you can go further than you think. And that nothing you go through could ever make you unable to reclaim and connect with your childlike innocence or childlike wonder. Nothing can take that away from you. Your heart and your spirit are yours. Of course. Your heart and your spirit are yours. No one else is, okay? That's her message. I love her so much. She's so incredible. I admired her so much when I was younger. I still admire her. Ancestor reading with notes. You want to know what new messages your Aunt Maria has come, or what new messages your Aunt Maria has for you with your birthday coming up. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. Oh my god, that's so lovely. I'm so excited. I hope it's the best birthday yet. And you're wondering who she would have been if she had lived longer. I feel her on this month, of course. So let's do a message from your Aunt Marie. Give me 1 second. I'm going to click your name and then whisper. Okay, what message would your Aunt Marie have for you? Beautiful, beautiful. The dragonfly and the cobra. Her message to you is to never be afraid to learn. Take that class. Study what you're interested in. And don't hold yourself from learning because of finances or thinking you aren't good enough. Don't hold yourself back from doing what is best for you or what makes you happy. I think that she would have, if she had the opportunity, she would have gone back to school or done something. Like she would have gotten out of her comfort zone and went to go travel or study something or do something creative. And I think that she really wants to instill that in you, that she doesn't want you to wait. She doesn't want you to hold yourself back when it comes to doing what you love, when it comes to your interests, what inspires you, what drives you, what you're passionate about. She wants you to get into those things now. Don't wait. Instead, go for it. I think that's what she wants you to hear. Gravity, hi, it's so lovely to see you. How are you, honey? Give me 1 second. I'm going to take Lyric off my list. We have Holly, Grace, Hazel, Gojo, Hello, and I will write down this person next. There we go. So good to see you. And there we go. So whoever is next up on my list, we have Holly, Grace, Hazel, Kojo. Let me know when you're ready, and let me go ahead and grab Willow's really quick. Willow wants a. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let me go ahead and start with this one. What does Willow need to do to get back into their craft right now? Wonderful. What does Willow need to do to get back into their craft right now? Oh, lovely. Willow, you may need to get in touch with your inner child and do things that feel exciting, magical to you, like making potions or making flower bouquets or interior decorating or swimming or studying the ocean. What did you love as a kiddo? What brought you joy? That's so cute. And then a reading for pet. Give me 1 second. What does? There we go. There we go. Cozy. That sheet. What plastic? Energy in your life. There we go. Alright, that reading is all done. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Let me go ahead and take Willow off the list and then Kocha, Hazel, Grace, and Holly. Let me scroll up. Okay. Don't see anyone ready yet. Take your time. No stress. No rush. Take as much time as you guys need. In a minute, I will take that little break we talked about since we're hitting a soft little minute. And I will go get myself a little bit of soup. And then I will put up a poll for us when I come back. And I want you guys to decide what book you want me to read you for a minute. Or we could decide if you want to play a little game. Let me put up a poll now for that. I want you guys to decide. Do you want ASMR book time or do you want a little video game? Either way. I'm totally happy. Choose your subscriber activity. Reading a book, playing a game, ASMR time, something else. Okay, and this will go on for 3 minutes. Take your time. Your name is Hazel on Discord. Oh, no worries. Okay, let me take a look at the Discord then. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to pull a card and see what do you need to hear stuff right now, but I won't be saying the question. Okay. There we go. I'm just typing a couple of other things. And what else does this person need to hear really quick? What does this person hear from their DM? There you go, Angel. I just wrote down a little message for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always happy to help. I'm glad I can help you feel safe. And I'm glad that I can help with matters that are more private. I always like to be really respectful of your guys' questions. And I want you to feel like you can continue to ask them. So you're always welcome to message me on Twitch or on TikTok if you have a private question for your reading and I can help with it. Wonderful. Okay, let me take Holly off. And then I've got Hazel and then Grace. So, Grace, what question did you have for me, Angel? I am so excited to do yours. And then, Kocho, if you want a reading tonight, let me know. If not, that's so okay. I'll be doing these every week, and you're welcome to redeem yours at any time. So, after Grace's, I will take that little break. The poll will be up. Oh, reading a book? Then we'll be reading a book tonight. Live will put up another poll in a little bit. Message from Hestia. Let's take a look. What does Hestia want Grace to hear? I'm going to whisper you some notes as well. But I will be putting up a little poll in a minute, and you guys will get to choose the book. And then when I come back after a 5-10 minute break, we will read for probably the next, I don't know, 30 minutes, hour, more, until I run out of spoons, and then we will end the stream. So let's take a look and see what does Grace need to hear for Hestia. What does Grace need to hear from Hestia? You can be wild and free and love to create a sense of home nesting at the same time. Don't let the idea of don't let the idea that you can only be good night, Angel baby. I'll be taking a break in just a minute. I'm so proud of you for taking care of yourself, Kat. You're doing so good. I love you bunches. I'm so excited to get to see you next time. Be gentle with yourself. Don't let the idea that you can only be one or the other stop you from embracing who you are. You are someone that thrives on freedom. Your energy is the essence of riding horses and feeling your hair in the wind. You can build a home and be nurturing and still prioritize your freedom. She wants you to do what you're passionate about and be nurturing. Build your home your own way, my sweet love. It would be beautiful. It would be beautiful to purchase a cabin on some property. I could see you loving that. Hazel says, I'm so glad I was able to help. Take your time, and if you want to message me later on in the evening, I'm always so happy to reach out and help and help you talk through stuff and all the things, okay? It's always safe to reach out to me. I hope that you sleep well, and I hope that you have a good night. Okay, my sweet loves, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna pop off of TikTok. I'm gonna put it on break on Twitch. I'm gonna go make myself a little bit of soup. When I come back, I'll leave up a poll on break. But when I come back, we can start to read a book, okay? Alright, let me go and put this up. Thank you for the wait, kiddos. I went ahead and grabbed that book for you guys. I was looking for it. That's what took me a hot minute. But I got the little book for you guys. I found it. So let me get my camera back on. Let me go ahead and start reading time. There we go. Hopefully the camera doesn't freeze. Hopefully it's good. Okay. So we are going to be reading for your choice. The Witch's Heart. So The Witch's Heart is by Genevieve. We're going to start where we last left off, which was Ingarboda and Loki. And I'll be reading to you guys for a little bit, okay? Clean my glasses really quick. They're a little bit foggy. Go. It's worse. 1 second. I gotta make sure. My cleaning cloth. There we go. Let me just clean these off really quick and we can start story time. It's good to be back. I had some soup, I had a couple things, and now I'm all ready to go. I'm feeling better, really hydrated. What's up? Here we go. That's much better, oh my goodness. Okay. So, let me go ahead and read this to you. And so, Loki and Ingarboda passed the winter in the cave. And Ingarboda's potions once again worked their magic. Instead of taking nearly a year, the mare gave birth in the spring to a grey colt. Scotty came as soon as the mountains passed, and as soon as the mountain pass cleared, and with new furs and big game and early springtime plants for Ingarboda to use in her concoctions, so they might start up their trading arrangement again. Scotty wondered at the colt, for it had 8 legs and she'd never seen anything like that before. Loki and Ingarboda were amused at her amazement. They were used to the colt by now. Ingarboda was surprised to see that more of the great trees in the ironwood now had leaves in the spring, and that there was grass in the clearing outside to the entrance of her cave, enough for a mare to munch on while the colt galloped playfully about. Ingarboda had often ground her plants and mixed her potions outside. It was early autumn when Loki told her that he was taking the colt he'd born Asgard as a gift to Odin. Its name was Sleipnir, and it would come to be known as the best horse among gods and men. Ingarboda argued she wanted to keep the colt. She found she had a certain fondness for Sleipnir despite his peculiarity, but Loki refused. He could not tell her why, besides citing the fact that Odin was the Allfather and deserved a horse such as this, and she could do little to change his mind. There we go. That way you guys can see the book that we're holding. Alright. On the morning that he decided to leave, Ingarboda was sewing in her chair when a sudden whoosh made her look up to see air swirling around to the mare like a tornado. When it dissipated, Loki was standing there hunched and haggard and very much naked. A little warning would have been nice, Ingarboda said pointedly, looking the other way. Yes, I suppose it would have been. His voice sounded hoarse from the disuse, but he sounded more than a little relieved. Wouldn't happen to have any spare clothes. Later on, as they stood in the clearing at midday, Ingarboda once again tried to change his mind about parting with Sleipnir. You never go anywhere, anyway. What would you do with a horse? He said, now fully clothed. Ingarboda had hastily shortened one of her dresses into a tunic, and happened to have on hand a pair of pants that she'd been mending for him. He'd have to go barefoot for now. I'm not saying that I would keep him, she said. I'm saying we. He's charming. As if on cue, Sleipnir trotted up to Ingarboda and nestled her hand, and she smiled and stroked his mane. Loki just looked at her. and shook his head and led the colt away, chin held high. Ingrid watched him go until he disappeared, but the hole in her heart seemed to be always present now. After months of Loki's company and the addition of a baby animal, her cave seemed colder and darker in their absence. But Loki had apparently decided not to linger long in Asgard. To her surprise, he returned in the fall. Ingrid was cleaning up from supper when he entered, newly man-shaped. He looked tired and drawn from the months and months he spent as a horse. Much more so he had when he'd left that morning, when he'd been trying to put on a show. For his sake, he hoped it had lasted all the way to Asgard. Did Odin like his gift? She asked, turning to him. Yes, he replied. He'd swapped the clothes he parted for in his usual Asgardian garb. She tried not to be offended by that. She sat down on her bed pallet and regarded him. He leaned across the table, arms folded, seemingly determined not to look at her. In the firelight, the bags under his eyes were even more prominent. Come here, she said, holding up the corner of the large woolen blanket she draped across her shoulders and beckoning for him to sit beside her on the bed. He approached her reluctantly and sat down. She put the blanket over his shoulders so it covered them both, and he shivered and pulled it closer to him, staring into the fire. The silence between them could have lasted 1,000 years. They think I don't know what they're saying about me, Loki said at last. I bring them a great gift, and I'm rewarded with. He waved his hand and gave up trying to describe it. And you care what they say? Ingrid asked. Loki shook his head. You live in a cave. You don't know what it's like to live with a bunch of... I do know what it's like. She reached out and placed her hand on his. Be an outsider. And how did that work out for you? Loki said bitterly and pulled his hand away. That's right. You were stabbed, lit on fire, multiple times. And now you're hiding out here on the edge of the world all by yourself. I would rather be considered disgusting and shameful among the rest than to be alone like you. Is that what they called you? Shameful? Ingrid asked, ignoring his jab at her. Although her memories of Skolvik were vague enough, she recalled the feeling that she didn't belong. And the moment that they'd turned on her burned her. She felt alive. But the emotion she could recall most distinctly was not fear or anger, the feeling of being used. She imagined that Loki must be feeling the same thing, and she did not wish that on her worst enemy, let alone the man before her who had made her thrice-burned heart flutter so annoyingly. The thought of him in such pain made her chest burn with fury. More or less, said Loki, and he shrugged, but I just decided that I don't care. So you aren't going back? I will. I'm just going to get better, not care. You're a fool, said Ingrid, clenching her fists in her lap. It'll be the same if you go back. I don't know how I can be of any further help to you if you insist on remaining in Asgard. Not going to end well. Give him a pleading look. This will keep happening, Loki. I say this only because I care for you. I wished she could take back the words. Loki always seemed to her to be the type to flee at the first mention of feeling. She wasn't particularly keen on discussing such matters either, but her words rung true enough to let them linger in the air between them. Loki suddenly regarded her with suspicion. Wait, you don't find me repulsive? You don't think I did what I can do? It's not something... Ingrid rolled her eyes. If that were the case, do you think I would have spent the entire winter, literally and figuratively, cleaning up after you? I mean, well... He glowered at her. Everyone else... You seem to have lost your way with words, sly one, Ingrid said. She placed a finger over his lips. From now on, once you cross this threshold, you must either stop caring as you have said that you would, or bring your bothersome feelings elsewhere. Do I make myself clear? Are you saying that it's bothersome that I have feelings? Or I should single out specific feelings that are bothersome and leave those at the door? Angerboda thought for a moment. The second one. And who gets to determine that? Who's that you do? Loki stuck his tongue out and made to lick her finger, but she pulled away and glared at him. He just grinned at her. Did you hear a word I just said? She demanded. Yes. What did I say? Feelings at the door. I shall do so on one condition, that I can bring inside the most bothersome one. That's no condition at all, said Angrboda, cross and not a little offended. You really weren't listening to me, were you? Of course I was, Loki said lightly, brushing an invisible speck of dirt off of his pants. He paused and considered his next words, which was not something she recalled seeing him do before. I just figured you might want to make an exception for these particular feelings, bothersome though they may be, because they're about you. Angrboda stared at him. He stared back at her, and for once he seemed to be absolutely serious. What? I care for you as well, he said. As much as I hate to admit it, caring about things makes life more complicated, doesn't it? Best not to care about anything at all, in my opinion. And then you came along. I find it quite bothersome indeed. Angrboda was taken aback by his response, which she had assumed would be an attempt to change the subject. Suddenly she was the one who wasn't ready to have this conversation. And yet here they were, and she had started it. Do you now? She said, trying to keep her voice even. Is this a game to you, Loki? You found me. You showed up time and time again to bother me and insult my hospitality. You mock me for being uninteresting. Loki started to say something, but she cut him off. And yet somehow I believe you, she finished. You may be made of things like jests and cleverness, Loki, but there are some things that even you cannot hide. Like the way I've seen you looking at. Some feelings, you mean, he said, sighing. I suppose I must get better at hiding those, but for now. And Gurboda found she couldn't sit still under his gaze, and she got up, put more kindling on the fire. Sat back down under the blanket with him. He moved closer. She turned, and she looked at him again. I'm such a bore. Why are you still here? She said slowly. You're not a bore. I'm all jest. Remember? Still, the fact that you've kept returning means something. She moved her hand up to the place on his shoulder. Didn't look him in the eyes, afraid her words would fail her. What more would you have of me? She asked. So much for locking all my bothersome feelings away in the bottom of my cursed heart. I would have all of you, he said quietly, brushing her nose with his. If you gave it to me, I would have everything. Her cursed heart seemed to have jumped up and settled itself in the general vicinity of her throat. And Angrboda glowered at him and twisted away. You're going to break my heart with all of this business with the gods, she said thickly. Break your heart? I would never, Loki said affronted. I was the one that gave it back to you, remember? So you did, Angrboda replied, but cut her off with a kiss. But she returned without even thinking, like it was something for which she'd been waiting a million years, and she knew he felt it too. As soon as they had kissed, it was though as though some floodgate inside her broke. An emotion came over her like a wave that she couldn't stop no matter how hard she tried, which was admittedly not very hard. Didn't know what sort of emotion had been loosed, but despite the repressed longing that had been building in her chest, it seemed as though her excitement was laced with trepidation. What am I doing? Somehow she couldn't make herself care. She held him closer, and the manner of the action struck a chord somehow with her. The closeness of it, perhaps it was this fear that she had of being used again. Suddenly she felt the tiniest mote of regret for letting things get to this point and pulled back. Loki reared back from her confused. What's wrong? Propped herself on her elbows, and rather than trying to work out her anxieties in this particular moment, said the first thing that came to mind. I meant what I said, you know. You are going to break my heart. Of course I'm not, he said petulantly, rocking back on the bed to balance his knee. If your prophetic magic is telling you that, it's a poor judge of my character. And Gorboda looked at him. He leaned forward again, kissed her, less forcefully this time, and ran a long finger along the jaw, along the line of her jaw as he pulled back. Her heart fluttered. How can I repay your kindness in such a way? He asked. I don't know, she murmured. The answer didn't matter. Not really. Not anymore. He wanted this as much as he needed it. And on the off chance he was telling the truth about feeling for her, they would cross that metaphorical bridge when they came to it. So she kissed him again. Now on to the next part. Gorboda was more tired than she remembered ever being, but still she did not sleep. Every time she began to doze, she was kept awake by either her heart fluttering madly in her chest, or by Loki's lips somewhere. By the time dawn came, they were both half asleep, all sprawled out on the bed. The fire had nearly died. There was sunlight streaming through the chimney hole, and Gorboda almost drifted off again when there was a loud knock on the door, followed by Scotty shouting, Gorboda, are you awake? The sun has been up for hours. Wake up. Gorboda whispered to Loki, shaking him. He lifted his head groggily and blinked at her. At her insistence, he rolled off her and stumbled to his feet, muttering to himself. Gorboda shoved him toward her storage area into the back of the cave and gestured for him to crouch in the shadows, behind a chest and some basket. Just until she leaves. Please, I know it will be a challenge for you to try to keep your mouth shut. Loki made an indignant noise, but he knocked again. Hello? Give me a moment, Gorboda called, throwing some kindling on the dying embers of the fire to make it look like she'd been awake for longer than she had. When she opened the door, she was greeted not just by Scotty, but by another giantess as well, who was carrying a basket of plants. Gorboda pulled the blanket tighter around her body and raised her chin. She could only imagine how she appeared. Having Scotty see her indecent was one thing, but a stranger too? Scotty was dressed as always in a man's tunic and pants. As the autumn weather was unseasonably warm, she had abandoned her usual kaftan for thinner wools and foregone her furs altogether, though she still wore a cap and her leather hunting boots with their pointed toes. Good morning, said Gorboda. Scotty looked her up and down and raised an eyebrow. Rough night? You could say that, said Gorboda, brushing her tousled hair behind her ear in what she hoped was a casual way. Can I help you? Who brought you some of the ingredients you need? Said the other woman, who was regarding Gorboda with something not unlike disapproval. She was young and pretty, but her disposition did not seem to match it. Gorboda, this is my cousin Gerd, said Scotty. He lives near the mountains and has a great garden and grows many plants. Her mother is a fine weaver and her father has hundreds of sheep. Most of the plants and fabrics I trade to you are from her. She was interested in finally getting to meet you. Though I mistook the long hike for a short walk, Gerd grumbled, wiping the sweat from her brow and smoothing back her loose, mousy hair. She was a little shorter than Scotty, but rounder, paler, softer, and dressed in finer garments. If not for the slight traces of dirt beneath her fingernails, Gorboda would have guessed the girl had never done a day of work. Scotty smirked. Gerd, this is Gorboda, the witch of whom I have spoken. It's a pleasure, said Gorboda. Armed, said Gerd, who seemed more interested in trying to see over Gorboda's shoulder. Is there a man in here? Or perhaps, then again, maybe it's a woman, Gorboda replied, looking her dead in the eyes. Is that a problem? Is he your husband? Gerd asked, staring straight back at her. Do you know they're a he? Gorboda said placidly. Scotty's face twitched just a bit, but she said nothing. Gerd looked confused. If you're going to lie with a man, you should be married to him, but I take it you're not married, witch, or else you wouldn't be living in a cave. Gorboda looked to Scotty. You keep the most charming company. She's family, Scotty said with a shrug. But you know I'll trade with anyone. Even loose sorceresses, it appears, said Gerd. Just give her the plants, Gerd, Scotty sighed, rubbing her temples, and Gerd obeyed her with a huff. Ingerboda took the basket primly and held it to her chest to keep the blanket from falling off and revealing, Thank you. Then Scotty's brow furrowed as she stared at something just above the basket, and Ingerboda realized with a start that it was the scar on her chest that had drawn her friend's attention, and she moved the basket up to cover it. Gerd was too busy staring around, declaring with distaste to notice. Scotty gave her a questioning look, and Ingerboda returned it with one that said, Ingerboda then invited them inside for a meal, but both women declined and departed. As soon as she shut the door, she heard a huge sigh of relief from behind her, followed by the sound of Loki peeing in an empty ceramic jug. Will you live? She called idly into the back of the cave as she set the plants down on the table and took off the blanket, tossing it back on the bed. Fortunately for you, Loki said when he was done. And he wandered over to her. Rest assured that the entire time that the two were at your door, I was cursing your name. Ikorbota snorted and took to sorting the plants. Perhaps you shouldn't have had so much ale last night. Welcome back, Cleric. It was my first day as a man after months as a horse, said Loki. He stretched in a lazy, self-assured way of a cat before putting his arms around her waist from behind. You always walk around naked? I should visit more often. On the contrary, I'm generally fully clothed despite living alone. That's a shame. Perhaps I should be more disposed toward nakedness if you did visit me more often. Perhaps I could take you up on that. He breathed the words into her temple. It was a good night. It was, she said and turned to face him. They kissed. Loki pulled away after a moment or two to say, Perhaps Scotty's cousin was right. Perhaps I should marry you. What makes you think I would have you? She asked, but her heart leapt. Oh, you've already had me. Every which way, I might add, though I am sure we could find some more. Grabota considered this as she put her arms above his shoulders and found that her previous fear of being used had dissipated enough that she could joke about it in tones of fake seriousness. But you've taken advantage of me already of your own accord. Now it would be your duty to take advantage of me as my husband. And usually I'm not one for such responsibilities, but I think I might be able to handle this particular obligation, he replied just as seriously. Don't the Aesir have responsibilities as gods to the humans and such? Said Loki. I only became Odin's blood brother for lack of anything better to do. I figured the gods did interesting things. It was for boredom mostly. Gudboda brought her hands up and brushed his wild hair behind his ears. Or was it for loneliness? Maybe, said Loki shiftily. Boredom and loneliness often coincide. I understand. He pressed his lips together and ran his finger down the scar in the middle of her chest, and she tensed eagerly at the memory of his lips. But it's a small price to pay for freedom, he said, seemingly lost in which I no longer have as I used to. At least, that's what it feels like lately being among the gods. Gorboda nodded. I tire of control, he went on, put his other hand on the small of her back and pulled her to him, kept her arms around his shoulders. I don't want to be alone. I see. And you've never tried to control me. I haven't. And you care for me, perhaps against my better judgment, but yes. You don't care what I do as long as I come back eventually. I wouldn't say that exactly. Loki put his forehead to hers. So, will you be my wife? Ingaboda pulled him closer. So much had happened, and so quickly, and she couldn't deny that she had felt for him. Even before this, though part of her was still convinced he was going to suddenly back away and tell her it was all a joke. When he continued to look at her, she realized that she could get used to seeing this strange expression of utmost sincerity on his face, and she knew her answer. I would be honored, she said at last. After yet more long days and short nights with her, Loki left again. Ingerboro was more than used to this, after all. He'd been visiting sporadically for years and years, but part of her had hoped it would be different now. Although that part soon resigned itself to the fact that Loki was Loki and he did what he wanted. She stopped focusing so much energy on waiting for him and instead channeled it into organizing her stocks for the winter. There was only a certain way. There was also a certain way that she had to tell him, which served to only make the wait that much harder. Ingrabota had grown restless during the autumn while he was away. Winter was close at hand in Ironwood by the time that Scotty dropped by for one last visit before the mountain passes snowed her in. You'll be spending the winter by yourself? She asked as she plopped a great bag of dried meat down on the table. I hope not, Ingerbota thought, handing her a cup of ale. It seems that way, me and the goats. And the baby too, said Scotty, or am I wrong? Ingerbota instinctively put a hand on her stomach, which was barely bulging. How did you know? Scotty took a swig from her cup. I'm observant. I've never observed any men around here. Who's the baby's father? She smiled, but only barely. Not a wolf, I hope. Not in a manner of speaking. No, it's my husband. Scotty gave her a long, unfathomable look. You have a husband? Yes. And where is he? Away. I see, said Scotty doubtfully. Seemed a little offended. Will he be back before winter? Ingerbota shrugged. Scotty sighed. You can't stay here. I'll be fine, I assure you. Besides, I have enough food here for myself. Indeed, said Scotty, eyeing her belly again, but enough for two if your husband returns. Ingerbota had nothing to say to that. She'd been fearing the same thing. Her appetite had increased somewhat, but should Loki come back and spend the winter with her, there was a chance her stores wouldn't be enough to feed them both. Scotty looked satisfied. That settles it. You're coming to the mountains with me. My father will welcome you. He has a particular interest in magic. You'll just have to ignore his occasional foolishness. He grows on you after a while, I promise. Lately, he's taken to going on fool's errands, so you might not even have to meet him right away. Ingerbota regarded her friend calmly, suppressing her growing alarm. What if she wasn't here and Loki decided to make an appearance? Would she not see him until the passes thawed in the spring? How will we get here? She asked. I have no skis or horseshoes and I'll be slow. You can ride on my sledge. There'll be no room for me on the sledge if we take all the supplies back up the mountain. We'll take as much as we can fit on the sledge with you. This cave of yours is cold and dry enough that the food will keep until you return. What about the goats? They'll be fine until spring. They're animals. Think about Think about this, said Scotty. Is waiting here all winter really what you want to do at the risk of your baby's health? Ingerbota sat down heavily on the bench. You're right. First, you're right. I was being foolish. I'm just not. She drummed her fingers on her thighs and then motioned to her abdomen. Not used to this yet. I wish I had someone to share it with. Isn't that the point of being married? Scotty scoffed. Some husband you have. And Garbota shifted and looked at her hands because she couldn't deny she was thinking the same thing. Well, you have me, Scotty said. It's not the same. You're not my husband. Scotty gave her a scathing glare. Of course, I'm only your friend. What do I matter? Not what I meant. Of course. Scotty's eye twitched. Wait. He doesn't know, does he? Angrabota shook her head. I haven't seen him. Scotty slammed her cup down on the table and stood. Pray I never meet him or he'll come out the worse for it. Grab as much as you can carry and let's get moving. Don't grab too much. You're with child. Big plate things here. I'll get the sack I just brought and take it back to the sledge. That's the heaviest. Soon I'll have you securing my boots for me as well, Angrabota mused. Just you wait, my friend, said Scotty. Before long, someone will have to. Angrabota stowed her heaviest woolen dresses in her traveling basket, donned her cloak and hood, and followed Scotty outside and closed the door to her cave. Packed rocks and twigs and dead grass in front of it so it would be hidden when the snow fell. As Angrabota was finishing up, a falcon perched on the tree branch near her head and peered at her. She looked at Scotty, who was busy rearranging the supplies in the sled, and muttered to herself, and then back at the bird and whispered, I'm sorry, said Loki. There was this business with a giant and some golden apples, business in which I may or may not have been involved. I'm leaving for the winter, Angrabota said. He was not in the mood for his stories of mischief-making, although he knew he was itching to tell the tale. If he had shown up a half an hour ago, she would have been spending all winter curled up in his arms. Now it was too late. and if he revealed himself, Scotty would probably spear him with one of her skis. Loki seemed to sense the brooding air emanating from the huntress. He retained his falcon form. I can see that. Where are you going anyway? The mountains? Ugh, why would you want to go there? I was invited, and Scotty has sworn violence on my absent husband for leaving me to winter alone. Would a bird if I were great, he said, fluttering down to perch on her shoulder. Come visit you then. Gerboda shook her head. The weather will be too bad. Do yourself a favor and stay in Asgard this week. Her news of the baby was on the tip of her tongue, but she held it back. This wasn't how she wanted to tell him. He might be quite expressive in the animal form, but something in her wanted to see his face when he heard, so she could gauge more accurately how he felt about the whole thing. Because of her conversation with Scotty, part of her was desperate to know whether she'd made a mistake in agreeing to be his wife. His reaction to her pregnancy would be very telling. I'll be here as soon as the pass clears, she added. The falcon bobbed its head and gave her an affectionate peck on the cheek before flying away. By this time, Scotty was ready to go. She gestured for Angrboda to come sit on the sledge and made sure she was bundled up in furs. The trip would take 2 days, and each mile took her further from her home. And Angrboda realized then that the last winter with Loki, even as a mayor, had been too short, and the ones before them barely memorable. This is going to be the longest winter of her very long. Alright, and this is the last section we're going to read together tonight. Just a couple pages long. And then we will end reading time. I hope you guys are all enjoying the book. They stayed the night in the giant Gimnir's abundant hall. Ningrabura once again had the pleasure of finding herself in the company of Gerd, who was the daughter of Gimnir and his wife, Araboda. Though Skadi had referred to Gerd as her cousin, their fathers were distant. Gerd didn't seem to notice Angrboda's pregnancy, and Skadi didn't mention it, and they were off again the next morning after they'd exchanged some of their supplies for the hospitality. At least now their sledge would be lighter. The next day, they found Skadi's father, Gazisal, Grimheim empty, save for a few reindeer grazing near the storehouses, tame enough to roam freely. Unlike Gerd's parents' hall, there were no servants, not even guard dogs barking at the gate. We don't need much, my father and I, Skadi said when Angrboda observed this. Those who live close enough to disturb us, well, they know better. Skadi didn't seem to be particularly surprised that her father was absent. As she unloaded the contents of the sled into one of his storehouses, she muttered darkly to herself about wild goose chasers and golden apples in quest for immortality. Angrboda caught the bit about the golden apples, but decided to keep what Loki had told her to herself. She did not have to wait long, though, to find out what such apples had to do with Skadi's father. For within a fortnight of Angrboda's arrival, Gerd was at their door, freezing and irritated. Once they had invited her inside and poured her a cup of ale to warm her, she told them what she'd heard about from her parents, who had heard it from others that Skadi's father, the Jazi, had been killed by the Aesir after abducting the goddess Idun and her golden apples of eternal youth. What happened? Angrboda said, for Skadi was too stunned to speak. The Jazi captured a man named Loki first, and threatened him until he agreed to find a way to get Idun, and he did, Gerd began. Angrboda was almost glad that her husband had hinted at his involvement in the matter. Otherwise, she might have visibly started and given herself away at the mention of his name. And then, to get her back, Gerd went on, Loki flew into that very room and turned Idun into a nut, they say, and flew back to Asgard. I wasn't aware he could project his shape-shifting powers onto others, she thought, wondering if this part of the tale was true. But the Jazi followed in eagle form, and the Aesir lit him on fire when he arrived and killed him, Gerd said, looking down into her cup. I'm so sorry, cousin. Skadi did not shed a tear. She balled her fists into her lap and stared down at them. Angrboda put a hand on her shoulder, and no one spoke for a while. Who is this Loki person? Skadi said quietly. Odin's blood brother, who's reckoned among the Aesir, said Gerd. He's a giant, as we three are, and they say he gets the gods into trouble constantly and then tries to get them out again, as he did this time. What makes him a traitor? Which makes him a traitor, Scotty spat. Gods hate us. They look down on us. Why would anyone do such a thing as join them? Benefits, I suspect, said Gert. There must be something to marrying one of them or otherwise becoming one of their kin as he did. This Loki is going to be on my list of men whose throats I'll slit if I ever come across them, said Scotty. He turned to Ingraboda and asked, and added, alongside your useless husband. Oh no, they're the same person. Ingraboda resolved not to mention that they were one and the same. Oh, you're married now then, Gerd said to Ingraboda. Why don't you cover your hair as married women do? It's a recent development, Ingraboda admitted, though the truth was she'd forgotten about this custom. I have not had the chance to make myself a head covering. Gerd seemed offended by this. My mother has plenty of spares. I'll have one for you by the time we meet now. It was nearly nightfall, and at this point, Lottie had invited Gerd to stay the night, and she'd accepted. Soon after, Gerd fell asleep on a pile of furs in the corner, and Ingraboda and Scotty were left to talk by the fire in the middle of the hall. You are right, Ingraboda said after a long time. Lottie shook her head. Ingraboda moved closer and sat next to her on the bench, her hand. So sorry for your loss, my friend. And to herself she thought, I wish I could tell you that I'm sorry for the hand my husband played. I'll avenge him, Scotty said, shaking, tears coming to her eyes. Ingraboda's immense relief. She'd been more worried the fact that Scotty had not wept. When the passes thaw, I will go to Asgard with sword and shield and all the armor I have, and I will avenge. Perhaps they will compensate you instead. And perhaps I will spear them all through before they can do so. The tears dripped down Scotty's face, and she turned to Ingraboda and said, Where do you get that scar? That was one of them, wasn't it? Did they? Ingraboda said quietly, It's another time, another life entirely. Such thing. Time doesn't matter unless you're keeping track of it, Scotty said. I will go alone. After I take you back to Ironwood, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Thing I must do. I understand, Ingraboda said. It's only a half-truth. He understood the loss of Scotty's father did merit some compensation, which Ingraboda was sure the gods would provide, but the concept of vengeance wasn't something she could grasp. Not fully yet. Not yet. And that is the end of our chapter. Ooh, that really off on a good note, I think. It definitely highlights what's going to be going on if you know Ingraboda's story in the next part of the book. So much allusion to stuff that's going on to the book. You know what I do really enjoy about this novel is, I don't want to spoil it for you guys yet, but there is a LGBTQ relationship that you're not expecting. It's not in mythology originally that the author decides to put into the book between some of the characters we've already met, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. But that is the end of tonight's subscriber stream. I know it's a shorter stream, but I hope you guys have really that's my partner. I hope that you guys have really, really enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. So remember, make sure that you've taken your meds. Oh, how do I? Make sure that you've taken your meds. Make sure that you drink your water, that you have a snack. Make sure that you're gentle with yourselves. Get cozy and be kind to yourselves, okay, baby bugs? I'm going to put it on the ending screen, and I will end the stream in a couple of minutes, okay, sweet loves? Good night.